This is the regular meeting of the Village of Larchmont Board of Trustees for Monday, January 10th, 2022. Let the record show that trustees Brennan, Finelli, and Post are all present, along with village, no village attorney, along with village deputy clerk Brian Riley. I'm trustee and deputy mayor Sarah Bauer, and I'm filling in for Mayor Walsh this evening, who has a family obligation. Now it's time for the pledge, but I don't have a flag, so we're just going to do our best. All right, here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I see an American flag in back of Chief Cabarelli, so we can.
Oh, there we go. All right,
Too.
Back to the Zoom pledge. It's not so great. And you know what, Sean, it looks like Amanda is here. Amanda Brosi, the village attorney. Could you please elevate her to panelist? Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody. Unfortunately, as you can tell from Zoom, we are faced yet again with another increase in COVID cases due to the Omicron variant. If you have not already, please go get vaccinated. And everyone, regardless of your vaccination status, please wear your masks in indoor public space. Many of our businesses and local governments are short-staffed as a result of the recent surge, including our library and our sanitation commission. So please remember to be patient and understanding, and we will all get through this together. And unfortunately, John Mastromonino is one of our sanitation workers, lost his battle with COVID recently. We send all of our condolences to his family and to his coworkers. And we want to thank all of our employees for all of their hard work under such difficult circumstances and for continuing to provide such excellent services to our residents during this time. And then finally, it's that time of year again when we start putting together the budget for our next fiscal year. Our budget meetings are all listed on the village calendar and the village website and are open to the public. We also have a budget and finance committee, which is made up of village residents that participates in our budget process, and they provide citizen oversight and advice to the board. And now it's time for appointments to committees. So I will turn it over to Trustee Brennan because we have new members for our Finance and Budget Committee.
That is correct. So tonight, I would like to let you know that the mayor has selected 2 residents to join the Finance and Budget Committee. Before I tell you a little bit about them, I would like to say that the response to her request for this committee was really remarkable. She got excellent applications. I wish we had spots for all of the people that applied because they were really, truly a wealth of resources in our community. However, we have talked to them about maybe finding ways that they can get involved in other areas because it was really nice to see such an outpouring of support in the community. But we did have to we only had 2 spots, so we did only pick 2. And so the first person is Adam Bloom. Adam's been a resident for about 6 years. He jumped right into working in the community when he joined Larchmont. I remember meeting him when he first moved here in a volunteer position that I was working in. He, by trade, is a software engineer, and he has worked for the last 20 years in financial industry, developing internal tools for traders, portfolio managers, and risk managers. After 15 years at JP Morgan Chase, he has recently joined Schoenfeld Strategic Advisors. He has a BA from Williams College and a master's in financial engineering from CUNY Baruch College. So we're very excited for Adam to be bringing his tech skills and finance guru to our committee. Our second candidate that will be nominated and appointed will be Anne Lefevre. Anne, who I think almost everyone here knows Anne, but I'm just going to sing her praises anyway. She's a 30-year resident. She's been an active member in the Larchmont American community, including serving on the exec board at both Chatsworth and Homix, on the finance committee at St. John and Paul Parish, as well as serving as an advisor on the Village of Larchmont Business Advisory Group. Professionally, Anne has extensive experience in both nonprofit and for-profit worlds. She's currently an financial advisor for U.S. domiciled NASDAQ-listed company. Previously, she's worked at Barclays Capital, Lehman Brothers, and Stanford C. Bernstein and Company. She served as chairperson of the Board of Trustees at the Ursuline School, board member for 3 endowments, and the Georgetown University Wall Street Alliance. She holds a BS from Georgetown University and an MBA from the Wharton School. And her commitment to volunteerism and her professional background just makes her such an outstanding candidate, and we are so fortunate to have her. So with that, I hope we can appoint them both tonight.
Fantastic. So I make a motion to appoint Anne Lefevre and Adam Bloom to the Finance and Budget Committee. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, please.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next, our police chief, Chief McNerney, for his first report to the board.
Yes. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hey, Chief.
So the first month has gone very well. One thing that I learned very quickly was that we have an outstanding group of men and women here as law enforcement professionals. They really stepped up. We've seen the spike in COVID affect the police department right around the holiday. We saw 3 members test positive, and despite that, we had officers step up, cover shifts around the holidays, and it's just a testament to the officers and to the village for appointments, because we really do have some outstanding individuals. With that said, we're in the process of filling 2 vacancies. We hope to do that within the next 2 weeks. We're waiting for civil service approval on that. And we're going to go right into likely 2 additional vacancies. We've been advised that 2 officers intend to retire by the end of the month. Specifically, Police Officer Matt Irvine has indicated his intention to retire on January 19th. And Police Officer Scott Schnall has indicated his intention to retire on January 29th. So those are 2 vacancies we're hoping to fill as quickly as we can thereafter. I'm still getting used to the technology. In December, Lieutenant Knudsen and Sergeant Doucette met with the Westchester County Police Department of Emergency Management regarding the radio up. I think that's been a commission that's non progress with that. We believe that has to occur in 2022. Also, Sergeant Joe Perprota and Sergeant Dan Calapai finished up the first pilot program of police worn body cameras. That was with the Axon product, and that finished up December 23rd. They're anticipating piloting an additional product, and we're hoping that's going to be coming in the coming weeks. Also, myself and Lieutenant Knudsen met with the Larchmont Temple Security Committee regarding some security initiatives, and that went very well. It was a very productive meeting. And now I'm going to go on to some reports that were noteworthy since the last meeting. So on December 9th at approximately 9:44 a.m., we had a tragic report of a fatal workplace accident that occurred at a residence at Grove Avenue. Here, the homeowner hired a company to work on cleaning the exterior windows of the home. It's believed one of the workers stepped on a roof portion just outside the 3rd floor windows, slipped and fell to the ground level deck, sustaining very serious injuries. The Larchmont Fire Department and the Larchmont Ambulance Corps responded to the scene and transported the individual to Montefiore New Rochelle Hospital, where he was subsequently pronounced deceased. We notified OSHA. I think we did that with Chief Caparelli, and the fire department notified them. That is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. They responded to the scene, and we are awaiting their findings at this time. On December 11th, shortly after midnight, we received a call of loud music and glass being shattered at the paddleball court at Flint Park. Upon arrival, the officers found a glass pane window and glass pane door shattered at the paddleball court waiting area, as well as a damage to the basketball hoop and backboard at the basketball court. Detectives are following up on that case. On December 15th, at approximately 11:42 a.m., we received a report of a past burglary of a commercial office located within the building at 1890 Palmer Avenue. This burglary occurred sometime between the morning of December 10th and the morning of December 15th. The business did not believe that anything was taken at the time of the report, but this should be noted. This is part of a bigger crime pattern we've seen throughout Westchester. In fact, Larchmont, dating back to November, there's been 3 occasions where a total of 6 offices in close proximity to the train station were burglarized within 2 buildings. 5 of those burglaries occurred in the building of 1865 Palmer. I'm sorry, that's 5 burglaries occurred at 1890 Palmer Avenue and 1 burglary occurred at 1865 Palmer Avenue. The dates on those range from October 5th to November 5th to November 8th, where there was 1 reported. And then there was a series of burglaries reported between December 10th, December 15th, and again on December 29th. So we're working with the other agencies that were also affected by this crime pattern. That's City of New Rochelle, Village of Tuckahoe, Town of Eastchester, Town of Greenberg, and White Plains Police Department. So we're working with the Westchester County, sharing intelligence, and we're following up on some good leads for those. And all of those burglaries, the officers were entered, we believe, by the lock being picked. There was no forced entry, and cash and laptop computers were stolen. On December 22nd at approximately 3:15 a.m., we received a report from a Prior Lane resident that 2 men were breaking into her car. The resident described the individuals and reported that they were seen driving away from. While to the call, Sergeant Dispenza witnessed it and pulled the car over. The car was occupied by 3 Newark, New Jersey residents, 2 young males, 1 being an adolescent offender, and 1 female who was the driver. Upon interviewing the individuals, the officers confirmed that there was stolen property in plain view within the car, and the suspects were arrested. And released.
Chief, I think you might have frozen on that last little bit there. We got that they had been arrested and have missed the rest. Oh, I think you're still a bit frozen.
And they were released, and it was just a great job, Sergeant. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back.
Okay.
The joys of Zoom.
All right. Sorry, I'm in the office, and I know the Wi-Fi is not too great. I'll do the best I can. So there was not much more to that arrest. The individuals were arrested. They had to be released, and Sergeant John Dispenza did a great job by observing that car and safely stopping it, because we're finding that a lot of these individuals from Newark, all different communities within Westchester, and they're really not stopping when police are trying to stop them. So it was a great job by John. On Christmas morning at 9:46, we received a report from a Pine Ridge Road resident, reported that she had placed a check in the mailbox at Boston Post Road at Lorenzen Street, and that check was subsequently stolen and forged. The original amount of $57 made payable to Verizon was changed to $1,800 made payable to a third party. But when we followed up on it, we found that a sticky substance was found on that particular mailbox, and we notified the postmaster, and that investigation is continuing. That again is a common crime pattern we're seeing in Westchester, where these checks are being stolen, and and washed, they call that. On December 29th at approximately 1:20 p.m., a resident of 2101 Palmer Avenue reported the theft of a catalytic converter from his 2008 Honda CRV. The theft occurred sometime during a 2-day period from December 27th to December 29th. This is, again, another crime pattern we're seeing throughout the county, where these precious metals that are contained within a catalytic converter are targeted for theft. And the last incident I have of noteworthiness here is reported on January 3rd at approximately 9:10 a.m. A Larchmont Avenue resident reported a burglary of his home that's under construction and it's unoccupied. Here, the resident reported that sometime between 3:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve and 11 a.m. New Year's Day, someone entered the home and damaged several windows and electrical wiring within the home. The damage was reported to be approximately $5,900 worth of damage. And that's all I have as far as a summary of report. I hope to have the year-end report for the next meeting.
Great. Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
I just have a quick question, Chief. The
Yes.
Axon body cam, how was the clarity? How was the product?
The review on it was excellent. The one issue I think is of concern is the cost of cloud storage. The next product that they're going to pilot is a WatchGuard product, and I think it's a little bit more reasonable. It's going to be hard to match the quality of the Axon product because it's at the top of the field as far as police body-worn cameras, but WatchGuard's not far behind. So we're looking forward to piloting that program. But the Axon camera was bulletproof. Excellent product.
Yes. Thank you.
Chief Caparelli.
Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. The Larchmont Fire Department responded to 1,208 alarms in 2021. This is an all-time record for the fire department in a calendar year. We've been dealing with some COVID issues as well, as the police chief said, with some positive COVID issues among the on-duty staff, but we've managed to avoid any interruptions in service by constantly disinfecting, wearing masks, and some creative staff distancing. The COVID supplies that we received, if you can remember from the COVID supplemental grant we received in 2020, were a big help in keeping everybody safe during this outbreak of the new variant. And the Larchmont Police and Village Hall offices have also benefited from the preventative measures. As I reported last month, Tower Ladder 7 is 25 years old this year, and we should keep it on our radar for a replacement. That being said, it has been out of service for the past week and had to be sent back to Pennsylvania to the manufacturer for repairs to the bucket leveling system. We should be getting it back this week, and I heard today that we're going to be getting it back tomorrow, which is good. I have notified our mutual aid partners, the town of Mamaroneck and the Norris Hill Fire Department, in the event that we need an aerial to respond to an alarm. On the code enforcement front, I've been dealing mostly with the new permits for the outdoor dining through 2022. They have been submitted, and I have been finalizing the configurations for those locations along with Mayor Walsh and you, Trustee Bauer. And finally, I would like to remind all residents and business owners that Village Code 24511 requires snow to be removed from the public right-of-way, the sidewalk, within 24 hours of a snow event. Please shovel out any fire hydrants on or near your property. A buried or frozen hydrant causes major delays in firefighting operations. Heating systems and fireplace chimneys should be checked for proper operation now that the weather is getting cold. If you experience a power outage and utilize a portable generator, please remember to only operate these devices outdoors, at least 10 feet from any window or door. Only fuel these devices when off, that is not running. Okay, never operate these devices or any gasoline-powered device inside your garage. And carbon monoxide, which is given off by these gasoline-powered devices, is colorless, odorless, and tasteless, and is called a silent killer for a reason. Please follow all the manufacturer's instructions on the devices that you use. Outdoor fire pits should also be kept at least 10 feet from combustibles, and adult supervision and a fire extinguisher should be nearby at all times. And finally, dispose of fireplace and fire pit ash in a metal container at least 10 feet from your home. Never place it in your trash container for disposal or any combustible container. and soak it with water to be sure that it is extinguished. And that concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
Just a quick one, Chief. The tower ladder 7. I
Yes.
know it's 25 years old.
Yes.
What are your thoughts besides that we need a new one?
Well, it's a maintenance issue right now. It is many little items that are malfunctioning now, and the bucket leveling system was a major item that malfunctioned. But we're keeping it going. I mean, it is in good shape right now. It's in fair condition. It operates fine when it's not, mechanically suffering, I should say. But it's old. It's 25 years old. I mean, we replaced the last tower ladder 7, the believe it was an 82. I believe it was an 82 Mac. We replaced it in 1996. I'm sorry, 1994, before we bought this one in 1996, and it was only 20 years old. So this is 25 years old, and even though it doesn't run around like a New York City aerial does, it still gets a lot of work. It goes on just about every alarm we go on, and it's a major piece of equipment. It should be replaced.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Next is the village attorney.
I have nothing to report.
Okay. Our village treasurer is not with us. And now trustee reports. Trustee Finelli.
Thank you. Couple quick notes. Flint Park Day Camp. We're talking about Flint Park, yes, summer season. Looking to hire counselors and lifeguards. Burr, yes, for the summer 2022 camp season. It's a great place to make new friends, assist in the growth of young campers, and a wonderful location to spend the summer days. If interested, please go to villageoflarchmont.org where the applicants are attached. Counselor's application 2022, or with questions, go to recreation@villageoflarchmont.org. So if you go to the Larchmont website, you'll see that there's applications to become a counselor. Speaking about recreation, the Recreation Committee is looking for recreation members. We're starting our Winter Recreation Volunteer Awareness Campaign. And so if anybody wants to join a fun and spunky team, this is the place for you. Again, go to recreation@villageoflarchmont.org and let them know you're interested in becoming a member of the Recreation Committee. And speaking about joining committees, the Coastal Zone Management Commission is looking for residents of Larchmont to join this committee. The Coastal Zone Management Commission, or CZMC, the committee meets once a month and deals with water-related issues as it affects the village of Larchmont. Interested in becoming a volunteer firefighter? Come to the firehouse and talk with the fire chief. He's right here, good-looking man. Or get an application from one of our on-duty firefighters. It's in times of need that we need volunteers to step up and be there for the village of Larchmont. I want to congratulate Lieutenant Stephen Harris of the Larchmont Fire Department. He had a baby girl on 1/4/22 at 10:52 p.m. She was 8 pounds, 15 ounces. Sophia Lily Harris. She's beautiful. Both mom and daughter were doing great. I also want to congratulate Michael Nethin's son. He's a volunteer firefighter with the LFD, and he's just finished his training to become an interior firefighter. And congratulations to Lieutenant Joe Clifton for becoming a certified EMT and one of the, like the candidates, huh? Let's flip the page. And one of the senior men at the LFD. This is what makes firefighting fun and exciting. It's exciting. There's always something new to learn. Change your tune. If you're interested in joining the Larchmont Fire Department event team, you are not a firefighter. This is where you can use your skills. If interested, please notify Teresa Finelli at Teresa777@mindspring.com for details and enrollment. This is a fun group of volunteers to work with. Don't delay, do it today. Flint Park paddle tennis. The paddle courts are open and paddles in full swing. Yes, it's very cold out there to be playing paddle, but it's a winter sport. If you're interested in playing paddle tennis, you need a permit. So get your permit at thevillageoflarchmont.org, Flint Park paddle permits. And if you're interested in a paddle clinic, please visit recreation@villageoflarchmont.org. I also just want to say thank you to Rick Vettery and his team from the DPW for keeping the streets in the village of Larchmont safe and clear of snow and ice. You guys did a great job, and the board thanks you. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Bubba. Trustee Post.
Thanks, nothing to report.
Okay, and Trustee Brennan?
Nothing to report tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Our administrator is also out. So now it's time for the resolutions. So the first resolution that we have is the resolution to, hold on, let me share my screen so we can get it up. To authorize the tax lien sale. So the purpose of this resolution is to authorize the sale of any unpaid property taxes at auction. We typically have very few unpaid accounts at the time of the sale, but for those that remain unpaid, they are sold at auction, and we need to set this now so that we can appropriately advertise it, and it is also subject to applicable New York State law. As you know, last March, the tax lien sale did not occur as a result of COVID and the New York State legislature pushing it off. So I seek a motion to approve the resolution authorizing a tax lien sale for Monday, March 7th, 2022 at 11 a.m.
So moved.
Do I have a second? Do I have a second?
I don't know if I got the so moved or not, but I don't know if
Okay.
you get two of us.
All right, so
One or
Dana
the
got the
other.
first, Bridget got the
Okay.
second. Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Okay, next up, we have the resolution regarding the adoption of the hazard mitigation plan. So hold on, let me pull that up. So the village adopted its hazard mitigation plan back in 2013, and then beginning in 2015, individual municipalities could be included in the county plan. So in the 2022 hazard mitigation plan that we are being asked to adopt this evening is the second version of the county-wide plan. It's valid for 5 years and provides grant funding opportunities for hazard mitigation projects. If the village does not adopt the plan, then we would not be eligible for this FEMA-funded program. So I seek a motion to authorize the adoption of the 2022 Westchester County, New York Hazard Mitigation Plan update.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Next, we have resolution regarding, hold on, let me just share it. The receipt of the Village of Larchmont audited financial statements. So each year, the village engages independent auditors to audit the financial statements of the village and the village justice court. This resolution is to acknowledge the receipt of the audited financial statements for the fiscal year ending May 31st, 2021. So I seek a motion to pass the resolution to acknowledge the receipt of the Village of Larchmont audited financial statements for the fiscal year ending May 31st, 2021 for the various funds of the village and for the Larchmont Village Justice Court. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's really throwing off the rhythm with me doing it.
It's hard with the Zoom delay.
That too, that always messes everything up. Okay, and then our final resolution is, oh, hold on, let me share my screen. So this resolution basically authorizes the transfer of certain old deposit accounts to the general fund. So the village has trust accounts with certain old deposits for which the depositor cannot be identified. And upon the recommendation of the village auditors, we need to transfer those amounts back to the general fund. The particular deposits in question are cash deposits that were made over 20 years ago. And we have no depositor names in the general ledger system or in the old cash reporting system. So I seek a motion to pass the resolution to appropriate the trust account balances listed within the resolution to the general fund. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Okay.
Do I have a second?
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, so next we have resolutions set at previous work sessions. In this case, we approved a motion to increase the non-union salary employees of the village, and that was done on December 20th, 2021. Next is to hear those persons who wish to address the board. I don't think anybody's here. Okay, and so next we will approve the minutes of our previous meetings. So let me just pull those up. We have the minutes for the reorganization meeting of the Board of Trustees held on Monday, December 6th, 2021. Everyone was present, so everyone can vote. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the meeting from Monday, December 6th?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, we have the work session minutes from that same date. Hold on, let me share. Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the work session meeting held on Monday, December 6th, 2021?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and lastly, we have the work session minutes from the December 20th meeting. Hold on, let me pull those up. So I seek a motion to approve the minutes of the work session of the Board of Trustees held on Monday, December 20th, 2021.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then lastly, we have the approval of the bills, and I will turn it over to Trustee Brennan.
Thank you, Sarah. I have reviewed invoices associated with check register 309864 for bill list dated January 5th, 2022. They appear to be in order. There are other invoices that were paid in advance of this bill list, which I will address under separate resolution. I move at this time that the board resolve to pay all of the invoices listed therein in the amount of $220,041. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Going on, I have reviewed paid invoices associated with the bill list dated in January 2022. They also appear to be in order. I move that the board ratify all the invoices listed therein in the amount of $1,138,406.04. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'm done.
All right, I think we're done for this evening. Not bad. That's pretty quick.
Speak and tell
Very
us.
good. Okay.
All right, well, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you, guys. Good
Are you
night.
making a motion to
Hi,
adjourn?
everybody.
Oh,
Making a
so what,
motion to
Bubba?
adjourn? Making a motion to adjourn.
Oh, all right. We didn't open the meeting, but okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
I'll second.
Okay.
All those in
Have a well,
favor.
everybody. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.